Alchemedia. Alchemedia, this is our theme song. And now that we said that out loud, it's probably not as good, but we're still vibing, so it's alright. So please go like, go share, and subscribe. We love you, Alchemedians.
Welcome, Alchemedians, to the final Alchemediagames. Yes, you heard me right. This will be the final Alchemediagames that we do this year. And probably the last not scripted, but like the last one that we'll have to do with this year. And ergo, we're not really gonna plan to do 2 of these every single month in next year, or probably years on. Maybe in another year we could do this, but for right now, this was just kind of the year that I kind of wanted to fully get this on. I fully wanted this whole thing. And I'm so happy of the community that we brung because of the Alchemediagames and the community that we set for this year in general. It's been quite a year. And a lot has happened. A lot has changed. There's a lot of Alchemediagames. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Anyway, this is the finale. These are all the winners of the previous Alchemediagames, all battling into one. The top 3. We'll do something with the top 3. We don't know yet. We're still figuring out. Leave a comment down below if you want us to do something special with them. We could do like a whole video like according to them, or just, I don't know. We could do whatever. We could make them like all mashed up into one to make it like another logo for us. That'd be cool, because we changed our logo beginning of this year. Maybe we could change it again and kind of combine the top 3 winners of this year to make a new logo. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Or whatever. Again, leave it in the comments. Please hit like, hit subscribe, and share with your friends, your beautiful and incredible friends that you have. So, without further ado, may we bring on the characters. We have, with these characters, 18 teams of 8. For that is the amount of videos we made to get to this point. Technically we made 19, but it goes up to this 20th Alchemediagames that we are ending with a bang, to find out who the true winner and who is the true champion of the Alchemediagames. And they will be a reigning champion of 2025. Maybe I'll say new things about these characters. Maybe I won't. We'll see. It all depends of if they did anything new this year. Or if they didn't, that's fine too. I'll just say whatever. Anyway, for Team 2024, otherwise known as Team 1, but these are the people that won in the 2024 Alchemediagames. We have Benson Boone, the winner of the 2024 Alchemediagames, and had an okay album this year. It wasn't as good as the last one he made, but it was still pretty good. Then we have Shadow, Angel Dust, who had Season 2 of Has Been Hotel, which was, you know what, the more I look into it, I love the lore of Has Been Hotel, no matter what it's showing. Even if the content is not as good as the first season, it still has lore, and I love that. Angel Dust had a lot of lore that wasn't really dropped, but it was very much used, and I think there's going to be a lot going to be revealed in Season 3. Maybe. Then we have Princess Peach, Embarrassment, which, yeah, there was a lot of in 2025. Maximus from Fallout, which came out with another season, and I'm excited to watch. I haven't watched it yet because I believe there's only like 2 episodes of it out. Then we have Claptrap and Jim Henson. Then, in Team 2, or as we call it, in Team Marvel, for the Marvel episode, we have the winner of the Marvel episode, which is Beast, which I was not planning to win, honestly, but he is smart and he is strong, so he probably had the best of all of them. Then we have Moon Knight, Ant-Man, which I love Ant-Man so much, so I'm so glad he is back. Then we have Tigra, Ghost Rider, Madrox, but if I remember correctly, he killed a lot in the Marvel Alchemediagames games. We have Mantis. Then we have Thor. Then we have Team Alex, the one from my Alchemediagames, which my pick to win won, which was surprising to me because I got really lucky on my Alchemediagames. We have Zach from Riddle School, my pick for who won. Kat Dennings, my celebrity crush. Judy Hopps, which had an amazing movie this year, was Zootopia 2. I love Zootopia 2. Then we have Dawn from Total Drama, my favorite character from Total Drama, Revenge of the Island. Then we have a Hufflepuff, because I'm a Hufflepuff. And we have a flower. Somebody called me that, and they got to the top 8. So it makes me happy that a compliment to me made it that far. Then we have Mr. Peanut, which had the that one movie with Mr. Peanut in it. I'll show a image of the movie I'm talking about, but that was a good movie. And I'm excited to see where that goes on, Mr. Peanut goes on. And the nerd emoji. Somebody called me that and they made it to the top 8. So we're going to see another nerd emoji with this one. Then, Team 4, Team Musical. We have Elphaba, which had an alright movie this year. I mean, it wasn't that good. Even though it was called For Good, it was eh. Then we have The Squip, Kendrick Lamar, Billy Joel, Aladdin, Christopher Walken, Green Day. Green Day and Billy Joel are in the same team, so we have 2 Billy Joels. And we have Adam Levine. Then we have Team Video Games, the people that are from video games and were from the video games episode. We have the surprising winner of a goose, just a goose. Kind of funny that a goose won the video games Alchemediagames. Then we have Ashley the Witch from WarioWare, which is my favorite character from WarioWare series. Red Angry Bird, Shovel Knight, Crash Bandicoot, Master Chief, Arthur Morgan, and Freddy Fazbear with Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which was way better than the first one. I gotta admit, it was something to watch and something that actually felt like scary. And I loved it. It was great. Then, the next team with Team DC, we have Detective Chimp, who was the winner of Team DC, which was funny because we got the goose and then we have Detective Chimp winning the DC Alchemediagames, which made me laugh, not gonna lie, because it was Detective Chimp out of all these superheroes. Then we have Starfire, one of the most brightest souls you'll ever find in the DC universe. Two-Face, the most Gemini villain of all time. Huntress, Plastic Man, Fire, and no, I'm not talking about literal fire, I'm talking about the superhero that apparently exists. Beast Boy, who I believe killed Superman and the god of the DC universe. So it's insane and I'm scared of what Beast Boy might do next. Then we have Poison Ivy. Then we have Team Danganronpa, which, of course, I'm going to do voices for, because that's what I did for the Danganronpa episode, and that's what I'll do now if I ever see the characters. Like Maki. Not much of a voice for Maki. It's ultimate child caregiver. Unless you want to get spoiled, but I'm not going to say anything else about that. Then we have Korakio. The person who's very obsessed with humans and how they work. I believe he is the ultimate anthropologist.
Then we have Himiko, the ultimate witch, which honestly is kind of funny that Maki is with Himiko, because she kinda is in the same game, so it's kinda funny to have it like that.
Then we have my hero, which I gave us like a kind of SpongeBob kind of thing, because just look at her. She's basically SpongeBob in disguise, basically as a girl.
Then we have Megan. I don't want to embarrass myself, but I'm sure I'll make it to the end of this Alchemediagames. Then we have Kiara, which is just the most natural girl voice I can do for anything.
Then we have Sakura. Then we have Sakura. Yes, her voice is kind of deep, but it's more of the fact that like she's just that epic to go on.
Then we have Kurumi. I am the ultimate maid, and I will serve to protect everyone and anyone that I come by.
Any of those characters come by, I'm gonna voice them. A lot of girls besides Korakio, but again, I won't spoil anything. Then we have Team Three Houses, with my favorite person from Three Houses winning, Annette. And I am so glad that she has won the Alchemediagames for that one, because she's literally awesome and my favorite. She's who I married first because of how hardworking and just inspired to like keep going she is. Then we have Claude, my favorite teacher. He's just an awesome person. Then we have Ferdinand, who is a prince, and that's his whole thing, is he's a prince. He's basically like that one dude, the Scarecrow from Wicked. If you haven't watched For Good already, watch it and you'll understand, even though it's not that good. Then we have Dorothea, most people have picked to be their bride to be in Three Houses. Again, I picked Annette, so. Then we have Dimitri, even though it's not as good as Claude, I think the fact that Dimitri is just Dimitri. Dimitri is my favorite class. Like, the class is so good, and the way that everybody kind of has a story in general in Three Houses, but Dimitri's is just so good. In a way, it hits so deep for people trying to relate to anything about him. Then we have Casper, a very strong fighter, and tries to fight strong for his team. Then we have Byleth, the main character. And we have Petra, probably who I'm going to marry in the Edelgard run-through. I haven't played the Edelgard run-through. I've seen a playthrough of the Claude one, so I kind of know what to expect from there. But I have not seen the run-through for Edelgard or played it. So I'm excited to see what happens there. Then we have Team Disney, with Dopey winning, which Dopey killed a lot of people to make it so that Dopey could win, which is insane for how far he went into the Alchemediagames. He's probably the first person in the Alchemediagames to win after killing so many people, because everybody else kind of like dodged their way through it to get to the top spot. Dopey actually killed so so many to get there. Then we have Max Goof, Goofy's son. So glad to have him in the second place part. Then we have Bartley Lightfoot, someone from Onward, a great movie, and if wins, we'll see as a testament of how great Onward is. He will go onward. Davy Jones, which is funny because I just watched the new SpongeBob movie, and there's a joke about it there that was hilarious. And honestly, that whole movie was just hilarious. And that's all I could say about it. I mean, the plot was okay, but like just the whole movie in general is just hilarious. Anyway, Davy Jones. Then we have Cody from Sweet Life, The Sweet Life on Deck, or The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Just the most neat person to be in the top 8, so it's kind of weird to see him this high on the winning bracket. Then we have Rafiki, of course, the fighting monkey in Lion King. Let's go Rafiki. Then we have Prince Naveen, the prince who really does not know anything about life until a certain girl got in his way. Then we have the French chef, Hui Hui Mon Ami. If the French chef wins, cool boy. That would be funny, actually. Then we have Team Nick, the team that made in the top 8 from Nick's Alchemediagames, which is probably my favorite Alchemediagames because there was a lot of story that went on with Nick's Alchemediagames that I just really loved. Like Raph saw all his brothers get killed by Pete Davidson. Oh, not Pete Davidson. Nick Kroll and a wolf. That's insane. And he won. Then the French artist in Paris, who I compared Nick to, because he kind of looks like one. Owl from Winnie the Pooh, because of how smart he is, and how wise he can be. Ethan Winters, someone I can't really speak for, because I do not know who Ethan Winters is. Then we have Dipper from Gravity Falls, because of how much he loves Gravity Falls. Morgan from Darkstalkers, which is a succubus from, I think, an anime or a game, one of the two. Then we have Sokka from Avatar, who is just awesome, and I love Avatar so much, and he does too, and it really compels the fact of how much we know about Nick. And Crunchyroll, just an anime streaming service. Then we have Team Food. I'm probably just going to scratch by these real quick. I'm just going to say I like them, I don't like them, you know. I like salad. Mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms. Coleslaw. I like coleslaw. It depends what kind of coleslaw, but yeah, because people make coleslaw kind of differently sometimes. S'mores. I can't really have s'mores because of the honey graham crackers. Cookies. I love cookies, especially the ones at the gas station we have nearby our store. I just found out how much I really love them. Pizza. I like pizza. Well, certain types of pizza. Hamburger. I love myself some hamburger, but it depends what kind. It all really depends for food. And then baked beans, which can be bad, but my grandma and grandpa make such great baked beans. Then we have Team Super Smash Brothers, or just Team Super Smash. We have Bowser, who won, which is insane. The villain has won the Super Smash Alchemediagames. Then we have Luigi, Mario's brother, got so high, which is funny because whenever I played Smash Bros on my DS, I usually do like tournaments, and Luigi would always become the victor. Then we have Ice Climbers. Then we have Roy from Fire Emblem, which I got a lot into this year, and I'm really happy I did. Then we have Meta Knight, which is part of the Kirby franchise, and honestly, I got into Kirby too, because Kirby's pretty fun. Then we got Lucina, another part of the Fire Emblem franchise, which I need to play Awakening still. Even though I played a little bit of it, I really want to get into more Fire Emblem because of how awesome Fire Emblem is. Then we have Wolf from Star Fox, which is just a copy of Fox, but as a wolf, but also his enemy. And then Dark Pit. If the Dark Pit wins, we're just gonna see a black hole like take over the Alchemediagames. Then we have Team Seasons, And if one of the seasons win, that just shows how impactful the seasons are, or this specific season is. Like Popsicles for summer. Well, Popsicles, Lake, and Summer for summer. Birds, Kite, and Butterflies for spring. And Fireplace and Snow for winter. If winter comes out victorious, I'm gonna be so sad because I love summer and I'm just so in love with the heat. And honestly, it's been warm the past couple of days, but the times it's been cold, I've been hating and dreading for most of the year. Then we have Team Anime with Sailor Moon, the winner of Team Anime, which very accurate because Sailor Moon is probably like one of the first animes that is like not created, but like people tend to know about before anything. That way, then we have Tenko. I speak really fast, but I'm also from Danganronpa V3. And, yeah. I kind of speak fast because if I don't, the degenerate males will hear me. Then we have Misty from Pokemon. Very annoying. Then we have Toru, a very sweet, kind individual who saved Fruit Basket and the many Zodiacs from it. Then we have Momo from My Hero Academia, the person who can create objects using her skin, lipids. Then we have Female Byleth, which is funny because Byleth and Female Byleth got through to the top 8 of the Alchemedia games, and it'd be funny to see them fight and see who wins, or if they win at all. Then we have Wolf Jesus from Seven Seeds, who everyone thinks that dies, but ends up taking care of a bunch of wolves. Then we have L from Death Note, who I hope gets really far, because I like Death Note except for the movie. The movie was really not that good. Then we have Team Part 2, which has Ken, with like Ryu and Ken. They also showed the Street Fighter trailer at the Game Awards, and I'm excited for it because it could either be really bad or really good. Either way, I'm gonna have a blast watching it. Then we have Incineroar, Bayonetta, which I really want to play still, Simon from Castlevania, Satan Claus, which was a pretty good movie. It wasn't bad. It was cringy at times, but it had a deep message over it, so it was still pretty good. Inkling, one of my top people I either don't play or play as in Smash Bros. The Taco Bell employee, really strong people, and Richter. Then we have Team Halloween, which came from the Halloween video, of course. We have Slenderman, as I would define myself. Then Alex from Wizards of Waverly Place. Really good show, and I really recommend watching any of the series except for the one that had Alex versus Alex. That one was kind of dumb, and I felt like didn't really fit the Wizard of Waverly Place whole meaning of the show, which was about family, you know. Then we have a mummy, just a generic mummy, and Annabelle, the creepy doll from that one movie, Annabelle, who creeped out these people that were like family. And it's honestly more scary the fact that you don't want anything to happen to this family because they are so sweet. Then we have the Grim Reaper, who kills anybody he touches. The Xenomorph, Alien from Alien, which I am not a big fan of because I'm not a big fan of the movie Alien because it's kind of boring to me. Frankie, which, again, next year, I might do this next year. I might rank the Monster High movies because I remember watching them and I kind of want to watch them again. I just want to see. I want to see how good they were back then to now, you know? Then we have Gargoyle, which is a show I have watched, and it's pretty good. It's just the season 2 is very long. I'm scared to watch like season 2 because of how long it is. Then we have Team AI, which honestly, it's just a lot of regular people, like Steve Harvey as the winner, and he won. He is basically the leader of Family Feud, so the see him at the top doesn't really surprise me. Same with Gordon Ramsay, except he's not the leader of like Family Feud. He's more of the leader of his own cooking shows. Then we have the left sock. Whatever you do, no matter what, that left sock is going to either be really hidden or really not talked about. Peppa Pig, who, if wins, that would also be kind of funny. Elon Musk, vending machine, which if wins, that's the AI uprising all over again. Taylor Swift. And Bob Ross. Also, listen to Taylor Swift's album Lover. It is one of my favorite albums from her, and I love it so much. And Bob Ross is just holy savior. Then we have Team Survivors, the people who have won in the last Alchemedia games to get us to the point we are today. We have a skeleton, basically me. Wonder how a fight between a skeleton and Slenderman would be. Figure skates. Yukio from Blue Exorcist, which I'm still watching right now, and I'm excited to see the ending of it, because the last season got me so hyped up for it, and the last season was so good. I'm just eager to watch it. Lasagna, really good food. I love lasagna. Orpheus, the god among men who fights for love, literally, and sings for love. And his whole story is literally just about love. Then we have the Terminator. And then Akito, the god in the god in Fruit Basket, which if Akito and Toru fight, and if Toru wins, I mean, that's basically canon. And then Ray from Princess and the Frog, the Firefly. Alright. This is going to probably be a long Alchemedia Games. It might be short. But whatever happens, the top 3 are going to be remembered as the best of the best in the Alchemedia Games of 2025. As the tributes stand on the podiums, the final horn sounds! Meta Knight grabs a jar of fishing bait while Mummy gets fishing gear. Tenko runs away from the cornucopia. Billy Joel takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. Misty and French artist in Paris fight for a bag. Misty gives up and retreats because she wants to be kind to the French artist in Paris because she might have a thing for him. Poison Ivy finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Might be a bunch of poison arrows. Figure Skates runs away from the cornucopia using its own feet. Cody grabs a backpack, not realizing it is empty. That's Cody for you. Dopey takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Peppa Pig saves up the cornucopia for resources. Madrox kills Lasagna with his own weapon. He was hungry and saw lasagna there and was like, fresh food, and didn't realize it was a character. Even though Madrox has killed a bunch of people in the Marvel Alchemia games. Lucina gathers as much food as she can. Alex from Wizards of Waverly Place grabs a shovel, not realizing what to use it for. Claude grabs a backpack and retreats. Salad runs away from the cornucopia. Steve Harvey runs away from the cornucopia. Gordon Ramsay takes a handful of throwing knives to cook his food with. Detective Chimp runs away from the cornucopia. Wolf finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver, as Wolf would do. Akito runs away from the cornucopia. Master Chief runs away from the cornucopia. Taylor Swift finds a canteen full of water so she can sing her worries away. Coleslaw grabs a shield leaning on the cornucopia.
Himiko runs away from the cornucopia.
Jim Henson runs away from the cornucopia. The left sock receives a trident from inside the cornucopia. How is he picking it up? It's probably like one of those puppet socks that people wear on their hands. Momo runs in the cornucopia and hides. And hides using a wall she created from her own skin. Zach from middle school runs away from the cornucopia. Bob Ross sets an explosive off, killing Snow, Crunchyroll, and Rafiki. Kills a monkey, a streaming service, and Snow. Which, Bob Ross, you are a magnificent man for doing so. Because I'm not a big fan of Snow. You killed Rafiki, which is sad. But you also killed Crunchyroll, which is also sad because that's a lot of good anime that went to waste. But Bob Ross really had to beat the devil out of those, because all three of those things had one thing in common. They all could be used as art, and he had to beat the devil out of the art that he hasn't made. Moon Knight runs away from the cornucopia. Summer, Ferdinand, and Ethan Winters work together to get as many supplies as possible. Very smart team. Freddy Fazbear stabs Toru in the back with a trident. Jeez, dude. That's Toru. She didn't do anything. She's just trying to cheer people up. And Freddy Fazbear's like, dude, it's Toru. She literally, like, looking at the... Imagine just Toru looking at the camera so sweetly, so kind. And then just Freddy Fazbear's just like, nah. You ain't winning this one. Butterflies runs away from the cornucopia. Maki runs away from the cornucopia. Ray flies away from the cornucopia. Morgan from Darkstalkers runs away from the cornucopia. Elon Musk finds a bag full of explosives and realizes he can use these to his advantage to make more technological equipment. Mahiro finds a backpack full of camping equipment and uses it to keep her pictures in. Bah, bah. That sounded like a goat. Orpheus snatches a pair of eyes. Judy hops away from the cornucopia. S'mores runs away from the cornucopia. Max Goof snatches a bottle of alcohol on a rack. Max? Goofy would not be happy with what you're doing. Xenomorph runs away from the cornucopia. Petra runs away from the cornucopia. Dipper runs away from the cornucopia. Mushrooms runs away from the cornucopia. Red Angry Bird runs away from the cornucopia. Fireplace runs away from the cornucopia.
Lake breaks Meekin's nose for a basket of bread.
She fell and tripped into a lake and broke her nose during that. The Squib runs away from the cornucopia. Beast Boy runs away from the cornucopia. Ghost Rider runs away from the cornucopia. Aladdin flies away from the cornucopia. Wolf Jesus runs away from the cornucopia using with his wolves. Wolf family, of course. Kendrick Lamar runs away from the cornucopia. Green Day finds a canteen full of water. He's just singing with Taylor Swift. He's asking Taylor Swift if she has the time to listen to him whine about everything and anything all at once. Hamburger runs in the cornucopia and hides.
Dark Pit shoots an arrow at Gargoyle, but misses and kills Kiade instead.
Dang it, Dark Pit. Dark Pit just sucked in the wrong person into... I'm going to put Dark Pit from Smash Bros, of course, because that's what I mean. But, I'm just imagining, Dark Pit, as just a straight up, dark pit. It's a Dark Pit is a black hole. Annabelle attacks Beast, but Grim Reaper protects him, killing Annabelle. Grim Reaper saw how many people Beast has killed and was like, no, Annabelle, this is part of my plan. And killed Annabelle immediately. Byleth grabs a shovel. Dorothea grabs a sword. Owl from Winnie the Pooh and Luigi fight for a bag. Owl from Winnie the Pooh gives up and retreats because he realized how strong Luigi is. Claptrap finds a canteen full of water, even though he's a robot and probably would die drinking it. Arthur Morgan runs away from the cornucopia. Raph runs away from the cornucopia to kill everybody in this. Prince Naveen runs away from the cornucopia. Birds flies away from the cornucopia. Mr. Peanut runs away from the cornucopia. Richter gathers as much food as he can. Ken runs away from the cornucopia. Barley Lightfoot realizes his brother and his family is not with him, so he vasted off and quit the Alchemediagames immediately, because what is there to win if family's not there? Incineroar takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Davy Jones runs away from the cornucopia. French Chef and Hufflepuff fight for a bag. Hufflepuff gives up and retreats because Hufflepuff's not willing to fight. Hufflepuff just wants to make friends. Starfire kills Kite as he tries to run, probably because it's a kite, and Starfire's like, oh, this is a character from the Alchemediagames, this is going to be easy. Cuts the string. Dawn runs away from the cornucopia. Fire runs away from the cornucopia, with Fire leading behind her. The Terminator runs into the cornucopia and hides, as the Terminator would do. Simon runs away from the cornucopia. The nerd emoji runs away with a lighter and some rope, knowing that that will help him a lot during this Alchemediagames. Kat Dennings runs away from the cornucopia. Casper breaks Angel Dust's nose for a basket of bread. First of all, Angel Dust doesn't even have a nose, and Casper would definitely do that. Even if Angel Dust does not have a nose, he would definitely do that. Female Byleth stays at the cornucopia for resources. Goose yonks away from the cornucopia. Bowser receives a trident from inside the cornucopia. Everybody run. Mantis throws a knife into Frankie's chest. Bruh. And I thought you were only there to heal and understand people. Instead, you just throw a knife into people's chest. Crash Bandicoot runs away from the cornucopia. Flower rips a mace out of Annette's hands. You better not hurt Annette. She is my favorite from Three Houses, and if you hurt her, things will not end well. Satan Claus finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver, which I'm so glad Satan Claus is one of the winners, because it'll give this the reason to be in the month of Christmas, even though this is probably going to be released at the end of the year and not the month of Christmas. Sakura takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia, even though I can fight with my fist. Koikyo runs away from the cornucopia. Plastic Man runs away from the cornucopia. Roy runs away from the cornucopia. Bayonetta runs away from the cornucopia. Shadow runs away from the cornucopia. Vending Machine runs away from the cornucopia, even though it doesn't have legs. It just has wheels, so I don't even think vending machines have wheels unless you count the things that people support them with. Kurumi grabs a backpack and retreats, because I'm so smart like that. Slenderman runs away from the cornucopia, because none of his pages were found. Popsicles runs away from the cornucopia. Shovel Knight scares Princess Peach away from the cornucopia. I mean, I think Princess Peach was realizing how much, she can trust Shovel Knight, and then realize Shovel Knight is like, yeah, no, I gotta win this. Skeleton runs onto the cornucopia and hides. Even though he's a skeleton, he could just lay there, and he's basically hidden. Dimitri, Ashley, and Ant-Man get into a fight. Ashley triumphantly kills them both because she is a witch, which kind of makes me wonder, if Ashley and Himiko were to fight, who would win? I mean, Ashley probably would because she actually has powers, but, Ashley killed Ant-Man and Dimitri, two really strong people from their own series, and Ashley has won. Elle runs away from the cornucopia. Benson Boone runs away from the cornucopia. Tigra grabs a shovel. Why? Nobody will know. Cookies runs away with a lighter and some rope, because cooked cookies are better than cold. Maximus runs away from the cornucopia. Sailor Moon runs away from the cornucopia. Ice Climbers grabs a jar of fishing bait while Thor gets fishing gear. As they would, because I feel like Ice Climbers would do that because, they live in the Arctic, right? So they would easily grab fish doing that, but if they went ice fishing. And Thor gets fishing gear, of course. I mean, he's strong. Elphaba runs away from the cornucopia because she realizes she doesn't belong there. Baked Beans clutches a first aid kit and runs away, even though it's baked beans. Nothing really saving you, dude. Your food. Two-Face runs away from the cornucopia. Inkling runs away from the cornucopia. Huntress and Sokka fight for a bag. Huntress gives up and retreats because there is no fighting Sokka. Yukio severely slices Christopher Walken with a sword. Yukio! We get you want to be a demon and everything, but jeez. This is Christopher Walken. And you're choosing to kill him with a sword? Adam Levine runs away from the cornucopia. Pizza runs into the cornucopia and hides. Taco Bell employee runs away from the cornucopia. And Embarrassment finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver to shoot some people with embarrassment. Because aren't we all feeling that someday? This might be the last time I say this. Now, we are only going to read the deaths, so this video doesn't end up being 4 hours long. This video is already ending up half an hour long. from where we are. So let's get to this so that we can see who the top 3 winners are. And that's right, 3, not the top 8 like I usually do. We're doing 3 people to... We'll see what we'll do with them. Huntress kills fireplace while she is resting. Probably put some water on it. Baked beans poisons the nerd emoji's drink, but mistakes it for her own and dies. So baked beans got put water on, so it's just beans. The nerd emoji was too smart. The nerd emoji outsmarted baked beans. Isn't that a way to show how smart you are? Maximus from Fallout. Freddy Fazbear and the Flower get into a fight. Freddy Fazbear triumphantly kills them both. That is 3 people Freddy Fazbear already killed. And it does not really surprise me because Freddy Fazbear is a murderous killer. Satan Claw shoots an arrow into Zach from Riddle School's head because he realized that he already won, so he couldn't have that again. So he basically had it shoot in the middle of his head, and it just froze there and made Zach's head blank, so he's dead. Davy Jones convinces Taylor Swift to not kill him, only to kill her instead. So Davy Jones killed Taylor Swift. I mean, that wouldn't be hard for Davy Jones. Even though many people will be upset of Davy Jones for doing that to Taylor Swift. Steve Harvey kills Claptrap with a hatchet because he realized how easy it would be because he's just a robot. Thor's trap kills Bowser. I can see that because he could set a trap for like the strongest, most menacing opponent, and it's Bowser, and he kills him. Petra begs for Orpheus to kill her. He reluctantly obliges because of Satan's power over Serenity and kills Petra. Even though Petra is still amazing. It is so sad to see her go so soon. Dorothea sets Elphaba on fire with a Molotov because she realizes, witch! Fire attacks Tenko, but Byleth protects her, killing Fire. I mean, yeah. Byleth set fire on fire, or just cut fire with a sword, the sword of the creator. Lake falls into a pit and dies, probably creating a bigger lake. I don't know how it would die from falling in a pit, but okay. 25 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Can I get a prayer? For lasagna, Snow, Crunchyroll, Rafiki, Toru, Kiade. Well, Kiade. Annabelle, Barely Lightfoot, Kite, Frankie, Dimitri, Ant-Man, Christopher Walken, Fireplace, Baked Beans, Maximus from Fallout, Flower, Zach from Riddle School, Taylor Swift, Claptrap, Bowser, Petra, Elphaba, Fire, and Lake. As the saying goes, shall we proceed? I think we shall. Dorothea and S'mores work together to drown Byleth, because one Byleth in here is enough. And they wanted the female Byleth to live, and decided to drown the male Byleth, because there's only one that needs to be enough. And also, how does S'mores fit into this? I think Dorothea might just poison S'mores to drown Byleth in. Or just put a bunch of s'mores in Byleth's bed and kind of suffocates on s'mores. Isn't that a way to go? Momo sets an explosive off, killing Crash Bandicoot and Dipper. The smart person and the person who likes adventure is dead by Momo because she set an explosive off. Hufflepuff attempts to climb a tree but falls on the nerd emoji, killing them both. Hufflepuff didn't try to kill anybody, but he ended up killing someone anyway. A giant nerd, because they weren't paying attention. They were just being a giant nerd, and dies by just standing there. Goose forces the Terminator to kill Sokka or Grim Reaper. He refuses to kill, so a goose kills him instead. That goose is not to be messed with. He's going to be the winner of this Alchemediagames. I can already tell. Salad stabs Angel Dust in the back with a trident. Salad is done being food. Salad wants to win. And was like, you know what? That's it. I'm going to go after angel dust first. It may be healthy, but it does stab you in the back. Meta Knight severely slices Billy Joel with a sword. I mean, that's what Meta Knight does. I mean, you should have expected that, Billy Joel. Mr. Peanut and Alex from Wizards of the Waverly Place fight Princess Peach and Ghost Rider. Princess Peach and Ghost Rider survive. I mean, it's Ghost Rider. I mean, sorry, Alex from Wizards of the Waverly Place and Mr. Peanut, but you're gone because Ghost Rider is, like, a guy who sold his soul to a demon so he could survive. So that means he's dead. Ken kills Kendrick Lamar as he tries to run off his own mouth. Pizza decapitates the squip with a sword. Nah. I imagine Pizza just decapitated the squip in general. Like, it was just a really cold pizza. And the squip was not ready. Prince Naveen dies from hypothermia. That is very unfortunate. Mushrooms forces Satan Claus to kill Goose or Max Goof. He decides to kill Max Goof. Either way, he would be killing some killers because Max Goof got second place in the Disney Alchemediagames, but Goose won. But St. Claus didn't want to kill a goose, so he killed Max Goof, which is a dog, which is even worse, but it is Satan Claus, so. Maki dies from hunger. That is really sad. Wolf Jesus silently snaps Master Chief's neck. Should have been ready for it, but Wolf Jesus just came out of nowhere and was like, all my fellow wolves, you may snap Master Chief's neck. Snap his neck. Momo falls into a frozen lake and drowns. That is very sad. Very sad for Momo. Tigra tracks down and kills Bayonetta. That would be an excellent fight to watch. And yeah. Mummy severely injures Inkling, but puts her out of her... Aw, man. I bet she wiped off all the paint afterwards. I bet the mummy wiped off all the paint afterwards. Claude pushes Princess Peach off a cliff during a knife fight, even though she could probably fly off the cliff. But no, Claude cut off the part of her dress that makes her glide. So, Princess Peach is dead. Simon sets an explosive off, killing Skeleton. That is very Castlevania accurate. 21! Cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Can I get a prayer? For Byleth, Crash Bandicoot, Dipper, Hufflepuff, the Nerd Emoji, the Terminator, Angel Dust, Billy Joel, Mr. Peanut, Alex from Wizards of Waverly Place, Kendrick Lamar, the Squip, Prince Naveen, Max Goof, Maki, Master Chief, Momo, Bayonetta, Inkling, Princess Peach, and Skeleton. Shall we proceed? I think we shall. Butterflies falls into a pit and dies, even though butterflies can fly. That's kind of the whole point. Anyway, I think they probably, just fell. Maybe it was smash or rain. Misty kills Orpheus with a hatchet. Jeez, Misty! I get you are heartless, but Misty! French artist in Paris bashes Moon Knight's head in with a mace. Because they are both very artistic people. And the French artist in Paris won the artistic contest. Female Byleth forces Owl from Winnie the Pooh to kill the left sock or Claude. He decides to kill Claude because Claude might be up to something. So Owl didn't trust that. Tenko attempts to climb a tree but falls to her death, not realizing that only thinking about how degenerate males exist and could be the cause of her own demise. If she keeps overthinking about that, she might die in general, so. Oh, hold on. Tenko attempts to climb a tree but falls to her death.
French Chef, Shadow, Akito, Mantis, and Lucina track down and kill Himiko.
Bro, what? You kill a child? That's a child! Save that child! Don't kill it! They didn't want the kid to win. Dang it. Madrox, Freddy Fazbear, Summer, and Cookies were having a picnic. And they all realized, you know what? Let's go home. And they all went home, all peacefully. Even though Freddy Fazbear killed 3 people during this. Ken forces mushrooms to kill Korokyu or Cody. She decides to kill Cody. Cody is allergic to mushrooms. It is decided. Sakura and Slenderman fight Tigra and Ice Climbers. Tigra and Ice Climbers survive. That would be a good fight. That'd be a good fight. Even though Ice Climbers are 2... It'd be like 3 against 2. One of them is like really strong. One of them's really strong if you haven't found the pages yet. One of them's really strong and 2 of them are not really that strong but have hammers and can throw ice at you. So I guess it would be a good fight, but eh. Sailor Moon and Ethan Winters fight Beast Boy and Jim Henson. Beast Boy and Jim Henson survive because you cannot fight Beast Boy. That is a lesson we learned from the DC Alchemedia games, where people were trying to fight Beast Boy, and Beast Boy can defeat the strongest of all gods. Ashley convinces Ray to not kill her, only to kill him instead, because he is a Firefly, and Ashley decided how easy that was. Ashley sets an explosive off, killing Grim Reaper. How? Grim Reaper is already dead, so Grim Reaper just dies again. Set up that Family Guy meme of Grim Reaper dying. But Ashley caused that. Dawn kills Misty with a hatchet because of what she did. Misty killed, and Dawn was not ready for that. Shovel Knight sets an explosive off, killing a vending machine. Thank God. AI is not going to take over. And female Byleth, which is sad because both the Byleths are gone now. Richter stabs Mummy while her back is turned. Again, accurate because... Is Richter part of Castlevania? I'm pretty sure Richter's part of Castlevania. Alex, if this is true, you can cut this out. Well, you don't have to cut this out if it's true. If it's false, then cut this out. Gordon Ramsay and Elle track down and kill Aladdin because they realize how strong he is with the lamp. S'mores, Adam Levine figure skates and Lucina. Adam Levine and Lucina skate with s'mores in their hands, and they both fall through the floor, and they froze to death. Unfortunate. Morgan from Darkstalkers realizes her own place and is like, you know what? I am a demon, and I may be a demon, but I don't belong here because I'm not from the Alchemedia games. No. I'm Morgan from Darkstalkers. Luigi dies from an infection. That is something Luigi would die from. 28 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Can I get a prayer? For Butterflies, Orpheus, Moon Knight, Claude,
Tenko, Himiko,
Madrox, Freddy Fazbear, Summer, Cookies, Cody, Sakura, Sunderman, Sailor Moon, Ethan Winters, Ray, Grim Reaper, Misty, Vending Machine, Female Byleth, Mummy, Aladdin, S'mores, Adam Levine, Figure Skates, Lucina, Morgan from Darkstalkers, and Luigi. Shall we proceed? I think we shall. Ice Climbers,
Kurumi, and French Chef start fighting, but Kurumi runs away as Ice Climbers kill French Chef.
That is very sad for Kurumi to watch that. Ice Climbers have been a lot in this Alchemedia games. Plastic Man, Beast Boy, and Embarrassment start fighting, but Beast Boy runs away as Plastic Man kills Embarrassment. Plastic Man is not embarrassed. And Beast Boy is out to kill way more people just because he ran away. He didn't want to be part of the more killing because he decided he wanted more to kill than just embarrassment. Tigra taints Pizza's food, killing him, so Pizza is tainted. Ferdinand attacks Mantis, but Casper protects her, killing Ferdinand. That is very much a Mantis and Casper thing. This is very accurate. Because Mantis would definitely want to be healed from everything, and Casper would want to fight to protect. So, yeah. Ferdinand's dead. Detective Chimp, Ghost Rider, and Green Day unsuccessfully ambush French artist in Paris,
Megan.
and Shadow, who kill them instead. So Detective Chimp, Ghost Rider, and Green Day are dead. Not Detective Chimp and Green Day. No. Wolf kills Hamburger while he's sleeping. Probably he just ate a hamburger. He was hungry. Xenomorph dies from hunger because he didn't even get to kill anybody. Wolf Jesus severely injures Steve Harvey and leaves him to die. Dude, Wolf Jesus and Wolf are still alive. Literally, it could be a contest of who wins between Wolf Jesus and a wolf. But that's that for Steve Harvey. Davy Jones and Incineroar track down and kill Roy. Plastic Man kills Elon Musk as he tries to run. Because Plastic Man can stretch, so that and transform into any object. That kind of makes sense. My hero! Mushrooms and Satan Claus start fighting, but Mushrooms run away as my hero kills Satan Claus. My hero ain't gonna let Satan Claus survive this. Satan Claus might be able to get to the top 8 of his Alchemediagames, but my hero's not letting. Gargoyle, Casper, and Ashley get into a fight. Gargoyle triumphantly kills them both. Yeah, and Gargoyle killing Casper and Ashley, I mean, it probably was nighttime. No, this was during the day. So, I think they just smashed heads against a gargoyle while it's just sitting there. French artist in Paris attempts to climb a tree but falls to her death. In a very elegant way. In an elegant sense. In a way a French artist in Paris would. Wolf stags Sokka with a tree branch with its mouth because he was hungry. And saw the branch and he was like, branch? And Sokka was like, no, not branch! The left sock overpowers Mantis, killing her. I was kind of figuring Mantis wasn't going to survive long, but the fact that she made it this far is kind of insane. The left sock managed to kill Mantis. Raph stabs Dorothea while her back is turned. Raph is not going easy on this Alchemediagames. Even though this is the first time he is killed, he is realizing, you know what? Even though she is a very elegant woman, I need to win this for my brothers. Dopey tracks down and kills Beast Boy. Because even though Beast Boy has killed gods of so many kind, Dopey is a ruthless murderer and will stop at nothing to kill in any sense, in any way. Owl from Winnie the Pooh, Simon, and Popsicles into a fight. Popsicles triumphantly kills them both. For some reason, that froze them. It made them have brain freeze. 22 KO shots hit me in the distance. Can I get a prayer? For French Chef, Embarrassment, Pizza, Ferdinand, Detective Chimp, Ghost Rider, Green Day, Hamburger, Xenomorph, Steve Harvey, Roy, Elon Musk, Satan Claus, Casper, Ashley, French artist in Paris, Sokka, Mantis, Dorothea, Beast Boy, Owl from Winnie the Pooh, and Simon. Shall we proceed? I think we shall. Mushroom spears Benson Boone in the abdomen, so he doesn't win again, even though he won in the 2024 Alchemediagames. He realized he's allergic to mushrooms. Man, if mushrooms ends up winning, that would be kind of funny because most of my family is allergic to mushrooms. We then realized that Mushrooms was the killer all along. Who was under the mask? Mushrooms. Korikio. Korikio kills Arthur Morgan with a sickle. What a perfect man for his sister to indulge in. My hero kills Kat Dennings with a sickle. How dare you, my hero? It would be sad if, like, 3 of my least favorite characters or things, like, come together and win for the top 3. Dawn, Starfire, the Left Sock, and Thor track down and kill Beast, so he does not win again. A lot of the winners, like, getting killed off in these. Ken dies from hunger. He was so abd-packed, full of abs, that he forgot that he had to eat. Two-Face kills Coleslaw while he's sleeping, probably because Two-Face was hungry for some coleslaw.
Richter spears Meekin in the abdomen because it was just so easy.
Peppa Pig attacks Poison Ivy, but Gargoyle protects her, killing Peppa Pig. It is during the night, so this makes sense. So Gargoyle looked at it and was like, no one should be killed by a pig. Akito, Wolf, and Ice Climbers get into a fight. Wolf triumphantly kills them both. Wolf, you are part of the Zodiac gang, so the fact that you killed Akito, shame on you, Wolf. Shame. Well, actually, Wolf isn't, but there's a person who is a wolf. Dopey ambushes Jim Henson and kills him. Dopey is back to his ways of killing. Dopey remembered who he truly was and was like, no, I'm not going to settle for this. L kills Judy Hotz for her supplies, probably for some rabbit legs. Because she's a rabbit. Well, she's a bunny, but or for a lucky rabbit's foot. We have an arena event! A volcano erupts at the center of the arena. As birds trip over a gargoyle into the lava, she grabs him and pulls him down with her. Meaning birds and gargoyle died from lava from the volcano. Salad is buried in ash. That makes sense. Meta Knight suffocates. Sorry, Meta Knight, that is really sad. Red Angry Bird dips his weapon in the lava and kills Tigro with it. What's his weapon? His beak? Or his bird? And, like, this is the mountain that the mighty eagle lives on. Richter pushes mushrooms into the lava because everybody's allergic to mushrooms, so he did the right thing.
Kurumi pushes Dawn into the lava
because, like, she was just peacefully looking at the lava. And for some reason, Kurumi was, like, going toward dark days. Shadow pushes Gordon Ramsay into the lava, making him realize how his food looks when he's about to cook it. Huntress pushes popsicles into lava, and they melt, obviously. Annette suffocates. No, Annette. Dang, that is really sad. I love Annette, so that is sad. Wolf is buried in ash. That is really sad, too. Shovel Knight is buried in ash, even though he's fully covered in armor. As Korikio trips over Raph into the lava, he grabs him and pulls him down with him. So Raph is gone when he tried to kill for the sake of his brothers to really get revenge for his brothers dying. Bob Ross survives. Taco Bell employee dips her weapon into the lava and kills L with it. A taco. Poison Ivy is buried in ash. 28 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Can we get a prayer? For Benson Boone, Arthur Morgan, Kat Dennings, Beast, Ken, Coleslaw,
Meekin,
Peppa Pig, Akito, Ice Climbers, Jim Henson, Judy Hopps, Birds, Gargoyle, Salad, Meta Knight, Tigra, Mushrooms, Dawn, Gordon Ramsay, Popsicles, Annette, Wolf, Shovel Knight, Korakiyu, Raph, L, and Poison Ivy. Shall we proceed? I think we shall. Just seeing how many people are left. Not too many, but not enough to be the top 3. Richter, Goose, and Davy Jones track down and kill the left sock. Wasn't there a thing with Davy Jones and a sock? Like in SpongeBob? Anyway, the left sock is gone. That's basically all that happens that day. Bob Ross dies from thirst. That is really sad. Even though he had a lot of paint left, he can't really drink that because it's paint. Incineroar attempts to climb a tree but falls on Plastic Man, killing them both out of ash and fire. Dopey repeatedly stabs Red Angry Bird to death with scythe. Dopey is not stopping killing. He realized he's back from the Alchemedia Games and was like, no, I'm going to kill the most I can to get to the top 3. My hero sets an explosive off, killing Dark Pit and Taco Bell employee. Dark Pit died and Taco Bell employee just got sucked into the Dark Pit. We have another arena event. Carnivorous squirrels start attacking the tributes. I'm probably going to put in the... you remember that SpongeBob episode of Sandy being like a gigantic monster in Survival of the Idiots? That's what I'm going to put an image of right here. Davy Jones is brutally attacked by scurrious squirrels. So Davy Jones got attacked by Sandy. That is kind of funny. The squirrels separate and kill my hero and Huntress. They're going to starve. Goose is brutally attacked by the scurrious squirrels. I mean, that makes sense because they're both animals. 11 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Can I get a prayer? For the left sock, Bob Ross, Incineroar, Plastic Man, Red Angry Bird, Dark Pit, Taco Bell employee, Davy Jones, my hero, Huntress, and Goose. Shall we proceed? I think we shall. Starfire pushes Thor off a cliff during a knife fight, even though they both can fly. So it's like, how did he kill Thor? He probably didn't have his hammer in order for him to fly. Shadow, Richter, Wolf Jesus, and Starfire form a team that was so powerful it killed them. Dopey attempts to climb a tree, but falls to its death, leaving him to be the 4th one dead in this. We have our final 3 people in this Alchemedia Games. Kurumi attempts to climb a tree, but falls to her death. Of course, that makes sense because that is the way she is executed in Danganronpa. But that means she is in 3rd place, which gives her the bronze medal. Good job, Kurumi. But I shall say it in your voice because I didn't do you justice by not doing that. Kurumi attempts to climb a tree but falls to her death. She gets the bronze medal. Yukio begs for Two-Face to kill him. He reluctantly obliges because Two-Face realized something, killing Yukio. Even though he was about to win, he realized that maybe he didn't want to be a reluctant killer anyway. Which gives Yukio the silver medal of the Alchemedia Games. Which leads us to our final thing. The winner of the entirety of the Alchemedia Games The whole Alchemedia games that we started with since the very beginning, that made us cry, laugh, reluctantly bored, not watched, but also sometimes watched. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, and share with your friends. The winner of this Alchemedia games. First, 8 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Can we get a prayer? For Thor, Shadow, Richter, Wolf Jesus, Starfire, Dopey, Karumi, and Yukio. The winner from Team DC is Two-Face. Two-Face has won this Alchemedia games. The villain of Batman's Descent has won the Alchemediagames. Games. Isn't this insane, guys? Karumi, Yukio, and Two-Face. These are on our leaderboard. Karumi, Yukio, and Two-Face. If you can, please suggest what we should do with these for the Alchemedia games, or for our channel in general. Like, we could make a, I could make a logo type thing with it, with Karumi, Yukio, and Two-Face. I could make my own kind of character for a logo for it. I could, well, I'm definitely going to put these on my Instagram, so if you follow me on Instagram, you will see, like, my third account, my second account, and my first account, like these. With Karumi, Yukio, and Two-Face. This has been a wild year in general, and I've stuck with this through the very end to get the Alchemedia games to you. I thank you for watching these if you have, and I'd love it if you subscribe, like, and share with your friends, for there's more content coming to you next year. Not Alchemedia games wise, but in general. Thank you, Alchemedians, for watching this lovely series I created for myself. I loved making this, and maybe we'll make more, but it won't be as constant as this. I'm so proud. Take care, Alchemedians. Love y'all.